First at 6, this Eyewitness News exclusive.
Because it's not something that any family should have to go through.
A mother forced out of a condemned home and speaking out. Good evening, everyone. I'm Denise DeCenzo.
I'm Dennis House. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday. This is happening in Bristol. The mother reached out to us, to Eyewitness News, for help, saying she's losing money and having a tough time caring for her children with special needs.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Mike Savino is live in Bristol, where the city is now stepping in to help. Mike?
Yes, that's right. Dennis and Denise, the tenants here were told the work would only take a few days, but as you can see behind me, there's still a lot that needs to be done, some 7 weeks after the work started. That mother that we mentioned at the top, she said that the conditions inside mean that most of her belongings are likely to ruined, and she's already spent most of her savings having to live out of a hotel. Stephanie Nimro returned to her home on Stewart Street in Bristol today to gather some of her belongings, but found this sign of a break-in. It's been nearly 7 weeks since the 3-family building was condemned and boarded up due to safety concerns.
The last time I had contact with my landlord was probably about a month ago.
Bristol officials condemned the property on June 6 after determining porches and stairways into the building were in poor condition and that some were in imminent danger of falling. Nimro said her landlord, Sal Al-Hujaji, provided temporary assistance for her, her mother, and her 3 children, but forced them to constantly move between hotels. She said that was difficult on her sons. One has autism and the other 2 are diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
Having them yanked out of environment to environment that they were just getting comfortable with was detrimental to my children.
But Nimro says Al-Hujaji stopped paying for hotels and wouldn't return her calls. Eventually, Bristol stepped in, paying for hotel rooms in Southington. Landlords are required by law to pay relocation costs whenever a building is condemned. When they don't, the city can place a lien on the home to recover costs.
We believe strongly that every resident deserves to live in safe and sanitary housing, and we believe that landlords have a responsibility to provide that.
We made multiple efforts to reach Al-Hujaji for comment, but he never responded. Bristol Mayor Ellen Zapusasu told Eyewitness News the city also can't get him to answer their calls. Meanwhile, Nimro says she was told the repairs would take only a few days and left most of her belongings behind. But then Al-Hujaji shut off electricity and food inside went bad. You can smell the rotten food from outside.
That's just from the food rotting. The apartment's filled with bugs. There's bugs everywhere.
Nimro said she also had to buy clothes and supplies for her kids. The building was boarded up for safety, and Wednesday was the first chance she had to go inside. She found her belongings had been ruined.
I just don't even understand how someone can get away with something like this and it just be, going on for this long.
Now, Nimro has started a GoFundMe page to help raise some money for clothing and supplies for her children. As we mentioned in the story, landlords are required to pay temporary housing, moving, and other costs related when a building is condemned. If you're not hearing from your landlord and your building is condemned, reach out to your town officials. Live from Bristol, Mike Savino, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.